Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and today I am checking out from Danessa Myricks the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. Retails for $36 for, how many ounces? 1.58 ounces or 45 milliliters. That is just under $23 an ounce, so this is a pretty reasonably priced product. You know, relative to what else is out there anyway. It comes in 16 different shades. I've got it in shade 2, which they describe as being for fair skin with neutral undertones. This is vegan, fragrance-free. Let me get you the full name here, because, Danessa Myricks Beauty, Yummy Skin, Soothing Serum Skin Tint Foundation with peptides and ceramides. It's vegan and cruelty-free. And they're saying all the right words. They're saying all the right words. All right, let me pull up the description here. It's a hydrating and soothing skincare-infused skin tint with light coverage and a skin-like radiant finish. Vegan collagen peptides for visibly smoothing texture and plumping lines. Ceramides for strengthening the skin barrier. Cactus extract, an antioxidant booster that hydrates and soothes. They've got all the call-outs: gluten-free, cruelty-free, vegan, no formaldehydes, lots of things it does not have. That is awesome. And 16 shades. So let's take a look at shade 2, swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from Danessa Myricks, the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint Foundation in shade 2. Second, I've got from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up is MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. And last I've got from Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator in Fair. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreens this 49-year-old face. And I'm not wearing any primer today. Usually I apply things like tint-type products with fingertips or a brush. I think I will go with a brush today. Let's take a look at the consistency. Alright, now the shade is a little bit light for me, but we will make it work. That's what bronzer's for, right? Alright, should I do fingertips on this side? Or let's do brush. Let's just do the brush. BK Beauty 101. And I was glad to see that these shades went as light as they do. So if you are more fair than me, I think you still will find a match, because this is shade number 2. This is not even the lightest. It's not way too light for me. It's just a little smidge. It's like my dead of winter shade. Actually, it's not as light as I thought it was. I'm just used to, I go a little darker in the summertime just to make it feel like I have some color, even though I don't. That is a nice finish. I like how that looks on camera. I think that looks nice. We're definitely getting some evening out of skin tone. Pretty light coverage straight away, but that's kind of what they said. It's actually exactly what they said. They said light coverage. I didn't use all of this, but I think I'm going to need a smidge more than what I put on there. So I got just a little more, one extra dab. Let's just make sure we get enough product here. I'm going to stick with the brush instead of fingertips, just to not make a hot mess of everything. I'm very clumsy today, and I feel like I would be cleaning foundation out of my fingernails if I went all in with fingertips today. Do you kind of see how this is like just turning my face into a blank canvas in a very nice way? Like, I don't look like I just rolled out of bed anymore. I look like, that's like a really nice, like, skin-like glow up. Like, and I almost feel like you wouldn't have to even put a full face on if you didn't want to. Like, this just looks very skin-like. It looks very natural. It looks very nice. There's just enough coverage that it just blank canvas. Nothing is popping out as red. Even on my chin, I'm not popping out as red. Even on my nose, I'm not popping out as red. Like, that was just super nice. And the finish, I'm looking at the reflect like on my forehead or cheekbones. Like, it just has a good amount of nice natural reflect, but it doesn't look greasy or shiny. It doesn't feel greasy at all. It just feels very super lightweight. Like, very is not even a strong enough word. There is a cat hair stuck on my cheek. Let me zoom you guys in. You gotta see this. You gotta see this. Now, I have a little peeling as per usual. What else is new on my chin in particular, so just don't worry about that. It's handling it quite well. You know, I can't even really tell I applied any product except, yeah, you can see it a little bit on my nose, but my nose is a trouble child, so that's not unusual. It looks very nice on pores and texture in the sense of, yeah, it's kind of helping cancel them out, which is amazing. I can see it a little bit clinging to some of the micro wrinkles on my forehead, but we also, since it's doing it in just this one interesting little spot, I feel like this might be a situation where I didn't blend all my sunscreen in all the way or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that could be user error because it's not doing it on my whole forehead. It's just one little spot that could be a skincare blending issue. Ooh, I'm kind of excited about this one. It is almost 3 o'clock. Let me put the rest of my face on. I will be right back. So far, so good with the Yummy Skin. I do think this is my winter shade. This is, or my most of the year shade, honestly. The rest of my face, we have the Art Class bronzer / contour ColourPop Good Energy blush. I have a tiny bit of the Jones Road Miracle Balm as highlights. This is the shade Happy Hour. It's got just a smidge of like shimmer glitter reflect to it, and it's gorgeous. I've been using the Miracle Balms for the past week because my skin's been so dry. It's just changing so fast. It's changing so fast. This came out last week from What's Up Beauty. Look at this dragon amazingness. That is what is on my eyes right now. The glitters are amazing. The color shift, camera does not pick it up. What I see with my eyeballs is blowing my mind. This eye look, you can see how I get it, how I got it. This past Friday. Check that video from this past Friday. ColourPop brow pencil, Jones Road brow gel. My lip is ColourPop blotted in Still an Icon with a little bit of the COSRX Lip Plumper gloss over it. And I think that's all the things. You know I gotta go get a sandwich. I am starving. I don't even remember what time we started this. It's 3:45 right now, so it must have been 3 o'clock was when I finished putting the foundation on. Something in my brain tells me it was approximately 3. So, gonna go get a sandwich. I will get you guys a daylight check-in in a bit, and I will come back tonight and give you guys my final thoughts. Oh man, I was gonna get the daylight check-in in the parking lot outside Dollar Tree, but when I came out, I was distracted by a sequined Santa hat that I got, and I missed it. See, there's like no sunlight left. Daylight has faded, and I'm not used to it getting dark this early. I'm still readjusting, but here's the, from my garage light, here is the shade match. Like I said, I think it is good for winter. Good for winter. I like that background. That looks kind of spooky. So here's some up close. It's looking pretty smooth, y'all. What do you think? I like it. I like it. I'll check back tonight. We'll see how the rest of this plays out. 10:54 p.m. That puts us right around the 8-hour mark. let's take a look at how the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Tint held up. I think it has stayed put incredibly well for such a light coverage product. A lot of times these tint type products will kind of just evaporate into the ether and disappear. I don't feel like that is happening here. My only issue is that it's not as hydrating as I expected. I'm feeling just a little bit dry. Granted, weather's changing. Everything's dry right now, so that is definitely impacting my skin and my hydration levels. But based on the ingredients, I was expecting it to feel more hydrating, or at least not feel more dry by the end of the day. It's not uncomfortable, it's not extreme, you know, this is very minor in terms of relative to all of the things that could go wrong. Let's zoom in so you guys can get a look at what I'm seeing in the mirror here, which is everything looks pretty nice. Not much has changed. I did have to blow my nose several times, so any missing product on my nose was me, and it did tolerate that fairly gracefully. It does not look bad. I have a little bit of coverage missing from my chin, but really that's the only place that anything has changed. Blush, bronzer, highlight are still intact. I don't feel like it's moved around. I don't feel like it's caked up anywhere. It didn't settle into lines, even my deeper lines, so it behaves very nicely for maturing skin. I think the smoothing and the texture reduction are visibly obvious and quite nice for maturing skin. Just that tiny little bit of dryness, that would be my only complaint. It's very pretty. If I had to give a grade to the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin, so many of you said I would like this, and you were right. I am going to give it, I would be between an A- and an A, but I'm going to give it the A because I feel like the dryness is minimal, and it could just be a bad face day. It's no big deal, and it's such a pretty foundation that is wearing so nicely for a light coverage product that I got to give it some props. So there you go. We're going to go A with the Yummy Skin Tint. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments. What would you like to see next time? Buy and pick up anything I can. The more people ask for something, the more likely I am to buy it. Let me know what you want to see. I keep a list, and I buy stuff all the time. Still got a drawer full of stuff I told you from the Sephora sale. So we got stuff to go on. We're doing good. We're doing good. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.